Machine validation in progress. Hey, how you doing? I'm getting ready to head to Yeeges. Actually gonna pick the miss up from her wake. I'm gonna go to Yeeges first. I have my trusty woohoo mug. Jimmy, there's a doggy. You see the dog? I see the dog. I see him in my rearview mirror. What's up, pup? And Stella is probably... Nope, she's on the seat. Oh, Jimmy's gotta lick my fingers. Yeah. This is what Kansas City is like in early February. Very exciting. Oh boy. I don't have any good way of seeing if anybody's responding or replying or doing anything, so I'm just talking to myself. It's 33 degrees, it says on our phone. It's supposed to be 39. I don't think it's going to get there. It's first Friday in February, which means the art walk, and I don't think it's going to be a very big deal. It's actually, temperature is a bit deceiving. It feels really cold outside. That has a lot to do with the wind and everything else like that. But there's no snow on the ground. Although I guess they're revising the forecast. We may get snow on Sunday. And waiting to get on US 169. Sometimes it's a trick to get across the street. Although temperature may be kind of low, it's not that low. Got the heat cranked. And here is US 169. I feel you, Stella. You're not allowed down there. Come on out. Come on. Stella likes to hide from the world. We don't let her. It's kind of a little bit of tough love, I guess. We push her out. She likes to make herself really uncomfortable and hide in the hot, dark corners of the car. And we take her everywhere with us, too. She's come a long way from what she was when we adopted her in, what, 2013? She was a real shy, skittish dog. If you took her off a leash, she'd run away from you, try and go hide. She was abused as a puppy. She was 8 months old when we got her. They said that she had to be rehabilitated by our foster mom. Her foster mom did a really good job, by the way. And then when they found her, they said she had been kept in a cage almost her whole life, and she was covered with motor oil. I don't know why, but it had actually eaten into her skin, and she had patches of fur missing and sores all over her body and everything. Probably didn't get a whole lot of love from human beings, so she's very, very skittish about human beings. Like I said, she's come a long way. I know you can't see her because she's behind me. She came a real long way from when she was at that time. And a lot of it is because we take her out everywhere. We don't let her fall back on her nature and hide. And we've done a lot of training with her and stuff to the point that she can walk without, she can be trusted. Like if you go in a store, she'll sit outside and wait for you, and without a leash. And she can walk almost everywhere without a leash. And Jimmy is coming along too. This little thing has had a tendency to kind of lock up on me. It hasn't done it yet. I guess I can change up the angle a little. And that was a little bit more cutty than I wanted it to be. I can use my wife's iPhone as a third, and then as a fourth source I'll use my my computer, generally for graphics and stuff. If people have what do you call it, presentations and everything, and use it to live stream meetings and conferences and stuff. Get a little money from it. You know, it's a lot of people out there make it more complicated than it needs to be, but actually the setup makes it look really intense, but it's not that intense. And this is Briarcliff. Usually my internets drop out right here. We call it the Briarcliff hole, or Briarcliffy hole. And now we're in the bottoms land of the Missouri River, where North Kansas City is. We call this area planes, trains, and automobiles, because the Burlington Northern Santa Fe yards are over to our left, the Missouri River's over to our right, and of course there's automobiles. And eventually off to our right is the downtown airport. A lot of times business jets are landing when we're coming through here. I do love this drive. It's a really pretty view of the city. Quite nice. Anyway, you're saying this is a real boring program. Well, it's just me playing around. The purpose of it is to just see how it performs. I have a 2-week evaluation on this this app. It's kind of expensive as far as apps go. It's $300 a year or $29 a month. So I guess I really need to start earning money to make this app work for me. But it's decent quality. It'll record on 3 devices at 1080p, or it'll record at 720 in the normal switcher mode. The 1080 actually, I think, is what do you call that? Isolated mode, where all the video clips are isolated. And honestly, I would rather use the other software I have for that. It makes me wonder if I'm able to use a computer with that other. It's all by the same company. They've changed their names a couple times, I think, or maybe not. I don't know. It's called what's it called? Oh, the one software that I have is Multicam. It just turns your phones into basically into a switcher, 4-source switcher, and Multicam will work at 4K resolution, whatever the 4K resolution is in your phones. I'm sure it's not the ultimate in 4K. It's highly compressed, I'll tell you that. And I've heard people complain. I was watching this one video guy talk about he wanted to do a web series, and it kind of defeated him because he didn't have enough computer to do it. He was doing so much with rendering and everything in 4K that it was taking him I think he said it took him 2 weeks to do his first project, and he was thinking it would only take him like an overnight. I've dealt with that in my life. It's a pain. I'm a cheapskate. I just edit my video in the phone. And I find you can do a lot with it. You just learn what your limitations are and you work around them. You figure out how you can do workarounds, or just accept the limitations and plan for them. Everything's got some limitation or other. There's nothing out there that's going to give you everything you think you want. And limitations can be good at times. Oh, I'm going through town. Everybody else here is going to the right. Although I don't want to stay in this lane, I want to very quickly get over into the right-hand lane. Be careful with... Hey Jimmy, there's a doggy. Doggy. That gets him to pop his head up. I know, I'm cruel. But you got to be very careful with people will zoom into this lane and not realize. But if you get stuck in that lane, the traffic piles up and you can be backed up for a long ways. But then once you get into downtown, you need to get over in the left-hand lane, because all the cars parked in the right-hand lane. And I see Popo, I see blinking lights going on up here. Ruh-roh, bad boys, bad boys. What you gonna do? Oh, it looks like an accident. You got everything blocked here. It looks like a pretty damn bad accident. Although, I don't think anybody's hurt. I don't know, it's hard to tell. Can't see the other car. Somebody running across the street with their doggy. There's a doggy, Jimmy. I'm not lying this time. Doggy. Damn, that person's... I was thinking maybe she had a hellacious camera, but I don't know. No, she's just using an iPhone. Or her phone. I don't know. Phones make pretty good cameras these days. There's a whole lot of add-ons, the professional features you can add on to a phone, and just basically use your phone as a camera back that also sends everything you're shooting up to the web, even live streaming it, even multi-cameras. There's the Coates house, burned in the south wing of it burned, killed 20 people. January 28th, 1978. So this year was the was that 40th anniversary of the fire, and they say it was the worst fire in Kansas City. But after that, they almost tore that whole hotel down. But after that, they preserved it, restored the rest of it. But if it has, if it looks like it's a truncated building, it's because of the fire. And to those who aren't familiar, that's our convention center over on the left, Bartle Hall, named after H. Roe Bartle, one of the mayors of Kansas City. I think I have to get over into the right and then get over into the left, because everybody wants to turn left up here and get stuck in that long line. I'm going straight across the south part of the loop. But you never know. You make all these plans and then things change in front of you, and what you're avoiding clears up and you end up in the slow lane. Usually is how it works. Alright, now we can get over to the left. Ruh-roh. It's one of those Kansas City lights. They shine on me so bright. And that truck or something is really smoking over there. The Garda truck. It's like a, what do you call that? Oh, those trucks that go pick up the money, transport money and valuables. That truck is really smoking. Oop. I'm looking at the truck smoking so much that I'm not paying attention to the light, and we're stuck in traffic now. Or what passes for traffic in Kansas City. Over on the left is the Performing Arts Center, an architectural wonder. Ooh, that person waited just long enough to make it dangerous. There's somebody riding a motorcycle. Pretty damn cold. I've done it before. Rode in the winter too, and that's how I know it's pretty damn cold. It's so cold riding a motorcycle in this kind of weather that there's no amount of clothing that can really keep it all out. All right, this is scary. I can't see. There we go. Couldn't see around that Jeep. That's the Performing Arts Center right there. When they designed it, they looked at all sorts of organic shapes, seashells and things like that. I also did that with the supposedly with the Sprint Arena, but everybody says that the shape they really look like they studied was a hockey puck. They were hoping to get a hockey team in there too, so maybe that's, I don't know. Here we are in Baltimore, coming into the crossroads. This is First Friday, but it's probably not going to be a very exciting First Friday. The Coffee House, I guess, is my favorite one. Is like right in the middle of the crossroads. Crossroads so named because of the crossroads of some of the highways that used to come through here. And I think specifically the Jefferson Highway and the National Old Trails Road, the two auto trail routes. And we're going to end our day's broadcast here. I don't think I get to park in front of the coffee house. To park over across the street. But anyway, we're here, we're queer, get used to it.